this is Hans, the Ramen Raider, coming at you with yet another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time. The show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles. And today I've got one. I want to thank Daniel over at Exotic Nudes. Go to exoticnudes.com, use the coupon code RamenRaider15, get yourself a box with a nice little discount. And, uh-oh. There it is. I've wanted to review this for a long time. This is from Taiwan. It's Wei Lih. Jiang. Not Jiang. It's Jiang. Not like the tile game, but it's sesame. Okay? Now this stuff you make a lot different than most instant noodles. Just like the Jiang, man, it's different. So you'll see what I mean. So first, got a noodle block and 2 sachets. So the noodle block, voila, it's gonna go in the boiling water. 3 minutes. 3. So you're gonna have to be under a rock right now to not know that there's like a big, huge shift in the whole civil rights world, and it's kind of influenced things in every sector, right? One of the things I noticed, because I deal with a lot of brands and stuff, and one thing that I saw on my news feed was that they were going to get rid of Aunt Jemima's maple syrup and Uncle Ben's rice. I'm sure they'll still make the physical product, but they're getting rid of that brand. It offends a lot of people. Okay. Now they're also talking about Mrs. Butterworth's, and I don't know. I mean, she sounds kind of like doesn't she sound like the Pillsbury Doughboy? Does she go, hee, or something like that? Is it offensive to women? I don't know what's offensive about Mrs. Butterworth. Is it because it's in a darker bottle? I don't think, is Mrs. Butterworth black? I don't think she is. I never identified with her that way. Maybe she is. If that's the case, okay, I can see that one. But then I was really, really confused. Eskimo pies. Wait, what? Everybody that I've ever met, and I met like 2 or 3 people that were from they're Inuit. And some of the coolest, funniest people I've ever met. They're really neat and really unique people. And God, this is one dude. Oh, I could go off about that guy, but anyway. Oh God. A guy named Dennis. He would just crack jokes all the time, and he would just like laugh at everything. The guy was he was rad. Anyway, I don't know whatever happened to him. But anyways, I was like thinking, is there really things that offend people that are Inuit? Because of the people that I couldn't think of. I mean, of course, the cross section of people that are of that ethnicity that I know is maybe like 3, and they were all probably like the most laid back people I've ever met. But that doesn't mean that means everybody is. But I looked and I couldn't find anything except for one instance of people offended by the term Eskimo. And when it came up, I was like looking, and I saw this guy that saying that it was a derogatory name. It was a white guy, pretty sure, I think. And it just seemed like, wait a second, who is this for? Is this covering your ass thinking that there's going to be blowback and you're not going to make as much money on product? Because I'm sorry, but large corporate entities I don't get the feel that they really are worried. Like, if there was if all of a sudden it was popular and they could make money off of things like, oh, I don't know, candy bars that had pictures of people in different ethnic minorities being killed, and it was ultra popular, would they get rid of them because it was wrong? I don't think so. I think if they were really selling hot and people didn't have a problem with it, they'd keep doing it. Even if they knew it's like, obviously it's wrong, but you know, the people just love it. So, I mean, it's good that a lot of these things are going by the wayside if they do offend people a lot. But I don't feel the sincerity of the corporate world on this. I feel more of a, we're covering our ass because we don't want these people to get mad at us because it's popular to think, hey, these people are right now. You know? I agree with it. You know, I think that, I mean, the thing that I'm like, God, who cares about the candy bars and crap like that? Let's go after, go after the Confederate flag, go after the Confederate statues in, you know, public buildings that are, it's just like, too much. But anyways, I know there's somebody right now going, I just came here to hear about the damn noodles. You're talking about political stuff. I'm like, hey, it matters. So deal with it. Anyways, soapbox turned over, and now there's soap in it, so I'm done. But, so as you can see here, I've drained, the noodles are in here, and the liquid that was the noodles were with are in here. So, I'm guessing you might be able to figure out where I'm going with this. So on this side, goes our broth sachet. Come on. There you go. And on this side, goes our paste sachet. So this is like a sesame sauce, which is gonna be more like a, yeah, kind of tahini-like, I'm guessing. And then we go, and then we go. I can't make that noise for that long, nor do you want me to, so I'll just do this. But yeah, all I'm saying is, you know, and I mean, I am the first to say I'm probably totally ignorant of what I'm talking about. And then, hey, maybe there is like a total thing with people really unhappy about the term Eskimo. And, you know, if you are, I'm gonna say that, I looked around and I found one article of a 21-year-old woman who was very offended by it in New Zealand, and she was from Canada, and she was gonna talk to like somebody there, and somebody tribal there, because in Canada they're very sensitive to Aboriginal issues, and yeah, at least I think they are. I don't know. I couldn't see Canada being naughty or bad or wrong. Although I'm sure it's possible. Yeah, she said that people that are commonly referred to as Eskimos prefer to be referred to as Inuit. So from now on, I'm going to, if I see an Eskimo pie, I'm going to call it an Inuit pie. And I don't know if that helps, but I haven't seen or had one in a long time. But I don't know. The thing that gets me about all of this renaming and changing stuff, you know who's really enjoying it? The white supremacist who's like, oh, cool. Now I don't have to see one of those people on my maple syrup now. That's the bummer part. There's some guy out there going, yip, 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 yip. And it's like, right. Here is the broth. It's a salty, almost buttery, chivy kind of broth. And then here is the sesame noodle. Give this a try. I've been really curious about this one for a long time. Huh, sesame sauce. It's rather salty. It's much saltier than I expected. But it's got that kind of dry sesame, almost like kind of a peanut butter hit to it. It's good. I'm like, and then you sip this and you eat this and you go back and forth and they complement each other and it's a wonderful thing of Taiwan. So there you go. But yeah, you might find one like, you might find this, but in a blue package. That's the Jiang. That's the black bean sauce one. That one is like the nationally acclaimed favorite variety in Taiwan. And you can get it in a bowl that has, it's two bowls. There's a bowl inside the bowl, and you can use that, and you drain it, and then there you go. So $5.99 for the amplifier and the tuner? Wow! I'd have to be crazy not to go for that. $5.99, Miles. Wow. And congratulations to Miles. He has graduated preschool. Yay! $5.98. Wow, that's an even better deal for an amplifier and a tuner, dude. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. You and your numbers. Miles loves numbers. The other day, he counted up to 200. Said, let's count together. 1. Let's count together. 2. $5.97, Miles. I like those. Woohoo! Okay. So I don't know how I'm going to do rotato with this one. I can show you the noodle rotating. So there goes rotato with that. And then we have the bowl. And I'll pour the broth into the bowl. How about $4.99? Can I get $4.99? $5.95. Let's see, is it centered? No, we're not centered. There we go. And I'll put some spring onion right there. Maybe a little bit like that. You know, I used it in the last one. I think I'll use it in here. I'm gonna sprinkle a little fried garlic on top of this. I think that'll complement things a little bit. Maybe a touch, just a skoshly touch. Got these cashews. I think that might complement as well. Cashew nut. These are really good, by the way. Emerald salt and pepper cashews. All right, peoples. Let's see here. So we got, you can kind of see both things. I want to make sure that you get an ample viewing angle. All right, let's have some wonderful music. All right, well, once again, thank you to Dan over at Exotic Nudes, a place where you can get all sorts of nudes and exotics and exotic nudes. And go to exoticnudes.com, use the coupon code RamenRaider15 for 15% off your order. That's nothing to sneeze at. I don't know why I keep saying that, but it's something to say, and I like to say things. This has been Hans the Ramen Raider wishing you and your family and everybody enjoyment of your instant noodles each and every day. Taiwan #1. Bye-bye.
Todo era bonito cuando lo hacían contigo. Ahora te pido amor como si fuera un mendigo. Y para ser bien claro que les pidan a Cupido y te traigan pica pica pa' tus supuestos amigos. Como quieras, y si quieres lo hacemos a tu manera. Y solitico nos dañamos el corazón. Duele bien cabrón, pero no importa, ya no vale la